black lava rock Iwugami style scape. So in today's video, we're going to rescape the nano aquarium. Now, it's not really working out so well. It's got a lot of algae. I know why it has algae. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to rescape the aquarium and we're going to find out why or what is causing the algae issue. So if you want to find out more, stay tuned to the video. So I'm going to use the same substrate system. I'm going to use the same type of plant. So everything's going to be fresh and new. The only thing I'm going to change is the rock that I'm going to use. I will even use the same amount of rock, just a different type. And if you want to know why I'm doing this, stick around and watch the video. Trust me, there is method to my madness. If you want to see how this new scape progresses compared to the old scape, I'm going to show you what that looks like right now, the old scape. If you want to see what the new scape looks like, then click subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notifications of future updates and uploads when they come out. Let's go and have a look at the tank before I rescape it. And at first glance, oh yeah, it's looking all right. There's been a lot of growth, but actually, upon further inspection, we have algae. Algae? What's the right word? Let me know in the comments. So we'll just pan in here. So yeah, really good growth with the Eleucharis and the Tenellum green. You can see some of the sprigs of Tenellum green at the back down there, so there's stuff coming out. The Liliolopsis brassinellis is struggling at the back. In fact, that has got a load of BBA. The Monte Carlo and the Tweedii is struggling. So there's a number of things that I can do to try and remedy this, but you have to always make sure that when you set up a tank, the maintenance of the tank is going to fit in with your lifestyle. I think that's really key. And I think that's something that a lot of people do not pick up on. So there's my 2 Amano shrimp that I've got left. I put in 3. I have to admit, one of them jumped out, which is why I keep the water level quite low nowadays. So what's the problem causing the black beard algae and the green hair algae? To answer this question, you have to test the water for ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, pH, CO2, the degree of general hardness, what we call the DGH, and the degree of carbonate hardness, which is the DKH. The parameters that fluctuate are the general hardness, so the degree of general hardness, and the degree of carbonate hardness. And I think that that is the root of the problem of why I'm getting black beard algae and green hair algae. So I use reverse osmosis water to do my water changes in the tank and to actually set up the tank in the first place. So when I remineralize so I get a degree of general hardness of 4, so quite soft, and a carbonate hardness of 2. So remineralizing my RO water to a DGH of 4 and a DKH of 2 worked out really well in my previous aquascape. And if you want to see a step-by-step tutorial of that nano aquascape, check out this video here. So over a 3-day period, the GH is the degree of general hardness is going up from 4 to 11. That's a big shift. And actually at a GH of 11, a general hardness of 11, that's hard water. Plants struggle to grow in hard water, but the GH, when it's fluctuating that much, you're not going to get a balanced aquarium and the plants are going to struggle to grow. If you're not getting good plant growth, algae wins. If your plants are not happy, algae takes over. And that's exactly what's happening in this tank. But what is the root cause of an increase in my general hardness? So the root problem is the grey mountain stone. In Natquascape, you can see I've got this really big centered rock that's grey mountain stone, and I think that is the root cause of the problem. Basically, it's leaching so much calcium carbonate because it's a lime-based rock that obviously the GH, okay, the general hardness, which measures calcium and magnesium, is going up really high. I use the same remineralized water in my previous scape. I use the same remineralized water in my planted aquarium, and I don't have that problem. So it must be the hardscape. And here's the lesson, guys. When it comes to choosing the hardscape for your aquarium, know what the hardscape can do in terms of how it affects your water chemistry. If I want to maintain this aquarium, I'm going to have to do water changes every other day or every third day. I'm lazy. I don't like doing lots of water changes and stuff like that. I've got other things I want to do. I want to spend some time with my wife and my little one. I want to look after her, especially in these current times. I don't have time to keep on doing a water change every other day. That's not me. So this has now turned into an experiment. As I said, I'm going to rescape this. But instead of using grey mountain stone, I am going to use black lava rock. That's right, guys. Black lava rock Iwugami style scape. Now, black lava rock is much lighter than the grey mountain stone, because one thing I want to do, I want to use the same amount of stone in terms of weight, plus or minus 100 grams. Let's start fresh so that this experiment is a fair experiment. I'm doing the same thing. The tank needs to go through a cycle again. All I'm doing is changing the stone. I'm even using the same amount of stone. Anyway, enough chit chat. Let's go and empty the tank. First, what I need to do is get the shrimp and acclimate them into the planted aquarium, and we'll leave them in there. Okay, so from getting the shrimp to where we are now, which is a fresh clean tank, took 45 minutes. We are now ready to rescape this tank. So you've seen me scape this tank before. Check out this video, which shows a comprehensive video of the substrate system that I used. Again, I'm going to use the same substrate system. The only thing I want to change is the type of rock I used. I even want to keep the same amount of rock. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so, I thought I would just try a different style of Iwugami actually, and not go for the same style and just simply changing the rock. So I've just shaped the substrate in a way where I can have kind of like a focal point a third of the way out or into the scape. So now I'm just going to try and create a composition. So that is the composition done. The main rock, third of the way of the tank, and again third of the way from the back of the aquarium. So I think that's the hardscape done. Now, out of all the rocks, I think I'm probably 300 grams short. I mean, just because the black lava rock is so much lighter than the grey mountain stone. I've not managed to use absolutely all of the rock that I weighed, but I'm only 300 grams short, and I don't think that's going to make a huge difference. Okay guys, so that's the hardscape done using the black lava rock. Stay tuned to next week's video where I will be planting the aquarium using the exact same plants that I used before, except using fresh plants. If you want to see an update on that tank as well, stay tuned to next week's video where I'll be showing you if removing the grey mountain stone and replacing it with the black lava rock has allowed me to keep general hardness in check. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I release that video next week. See you in the next one. Ta-ra.